There is a difference between a fire sale or a stock is just going nowhere. News for today, just so you guys know why the market is doing what it is doing. I already discussed it a little bit this morning. New AI came out a couple days ago from China. It is the DeepSeek. So what that's doing is they're just saying that they can produce the same type of, same or better than ChatGPT for a lower dollar costing amount, which in turn is causing Nvidia stock to tank, which in turn is causing a lot of chaos in the markets. That's why the markets are blood red this morning, because Nvidia has been driving the entire S&P all of 2024. So that was the main driving force. I think they said like 20% of the 30% was all NVIDIA. So nobody freak out if you guys are looking at cash secured puts, not financial, tax, or investment advice. But if you guys are looking at cash secured puts or collecting on something that you guys have wanted to buy for a long time, remember my rule, if I want to go long term, is every 5, 10, or 15% pullback is a good opportunity for me to buy in. There is a difference between a fire sale or a stock is just going nowhere. Right now, it's just a fire sale. We obviously all know the stock market is not crashing. Nothing has caused the market to crash. Therefore, today, you guys might get into some really good sales. That doesn't mean tomorrow we don't have another red day. Nobody knows, okay? No matter how many lines and things you're drawing on your charts, and this is the moment, and I told you the market was going to pull back. It had nothing to do with any of that. All I had to do was a news catalyst. News catalyst will always override technical and fundamental anything. That's it. That's all. Has nothing to do with anything. It literally went down because of news only. News catalyst overrides everything. We will trade the trades today. No one's going to guess bottom. Let me repeat that for the people in the back. We are not going to guess bottom at all. If you guys see a double bottom and you want an opportunity to scoop that up for a possible upside, you better have a tight stop if you're going against the grain. What does against the grain mean? SPY right now is tanking. SPY has already had one of the worst pre-market sessions it's ever had at 2%. That's what, $1 trillion or something ridiculous, $500 billion? Is it going to stay there? We don't know. But I'm telling you right now, if you're like, oh, this is it, I'm going to go long, and it's the whole day has been downside, well, then get ready to get your teeth kicked in.
Welcome to the Aftermarket. American Dream Trading. You have entered the Aftermarket. AmericanDreamTrading.com. Welcome. You are now in the Aftermarket.
Welcome to American Dream Trading's The Aftermarket Live Chat and Watch Party. I am Dawn, your host, aka J&J Video Reacts, and this is a stream that's been created for you traders to come and hang out after the market and just have some pace to decompress and just kind of let your hair down and chill after the market, have some conversations. Where else can we talk shop but with each other? You know, our family doesn't understand it. Friends and family, family doesn't. Friends, nobody understands what traders go through and what traders do, but traders. All right, can I get an amen down in the live chat down there? Put a 1 in if you felt like an alien trying to talk to somebody who does not trade about trading, and you just got like the blank stare or the glazed over look. You're the, oh, that's nice. Isn't that like gambling? You know what I mean? Or the gambling lecture. So nobody understands what we go through but us. And it can be extremely stressful. And sometimes it's stressful in a good way. You know, maybe you're making money and you're stressed while you're making money because like, oh my God, I'm making money. Or you're losing a ton of money and you're scared shitless because you're like, I'm losing money. So it can, it can go both ways with trading. But the cool thing about American Dream Trading is we make money when a stock goes up or whether a stock goes down. Why? Because we know how to trade. We've been taught the proper way to trade by Chad Christian, who's a 33-year stock market vet, and he has literally traded in every market condition imaginable. So he trains us. He trades us. He trades us away. He trained us to do the same thing. He doesn't sit in front of his computer, gets fish for himself, and has us just watch him. He doesn't hand us fish. He doesn't say, "Hey, go jump in this ticker." Right? He doesn't do that. He teaches us, "Hey, this is what trading is all about." We know how to trade stocks, options, crypto, futures. We do it all over here. Cash secure puts, cover calls, you name it, long term, short term, long time, short time, cheap, cheap. Long. No. I got that from a movie. You ever see an Officer and a Gentleman? But yeah, it is not for the faint of heart. So if you don't have a roadmap that literally teaches you or a mentor that gives you a roadmap that helps you navigate trading, you're never going to learn. So here's the thing. What kind of trader are you? Because there's so many different types of trading and so many different types of styles. That's what tonight's aftermarket is about. It's about digging into your, strengths and weaknesses, figuring out what you like, because it really does depend on what you like. Hell, right down to what stock you trade. One of the first things they tell you is trade stuff you like, the stuff that you know about. Who doesn't have an Apple phone? Who doesn't have an iPhone? Who doesn't have something from Apple or have had at some point? Whether it be your MacBook Pro, whether it be an iPad, whether from back in the day, look, what was the thing that everybody was listening to? When it was just the music, iPod, everybody had iPods. So you've had an Apple product at some point in your life, right? So why not trade Apple? The stock. Start watching the stock. Look at the news on it and things like that. Trade what you like. Own what you like. If you want to go long term, buy what you like. Buy what you know is doing what. Do you drink Coca-Cola? Do you drink Pepsi? Why wouldn't you own some of that? Because it's not going anywhere. Everybody drinks it. It's been around forever. It's probably going to be here long after all of us are gone. Okay? Coke and Pepsi. Right? Why wouldn't you invest? So that's what the stock market is about. It's not some big mystical myth and all of this type of stuff. And Coach trains us on how to do that. So tonight we're talking about figuring out what kind of trader we are so we can all succeed in this game. There's 3 links down there in the chat. There is AmericanDreamTrading.com. That's where you will go and get signed up to become a member of American Dream Trading so that you can learn like we learned the right way, not chasing call outs, right? So just go ahead and click that link, get signed up with any one of our memberships. I recommend the VIP Gold Complete because you have to be a VIP member, which you need to buy the VIP membership in order to get the gold upgrade. It's only an attachment to the VIP original membership. But if you buy the VIP Gold Complete, that's the 2 of them together. You get a savings. But that includes all of the extra training. It's like supersizing your membership. It's like getting, you can get the regular membership where we come in on the Zoom call, we interact with each other, which is awesome. Don't get me wrong. But if you want the secret sauce, if you want to upsize it, if you want to supersize it, you're going to get the VIP Gold, because why? That opens up a whole bunch of other channels to you. And when I say channels, I literally mean channels. Our Discord is free. You can join American Dream Trading Discord absolutely free and interact with traders, coach. We have a stock lounge that you don't have to pay. You can just be a part of that stock lounge. But if you want to get into the membership lounge, if you want to get into the gold lounge, the gold VIP lounge, and learn what we're talking about, there's extra rooms available to you. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, there's a additional breakout Zoom room just for gold members. On Saturday mornings, our training moderator, David Yanez, does an additional training that's like having a one-on-one with him every Saturday, right? So that's another one. That's another perk, right? Workshop classes like the one we're going to have tomorrow. Mentorship. There's so much extra stuff that you get when you step up your game. Not to mention, I mentioned earlier, we do have a crypto membership. You can join the crypto club and get over there with Bucko and those guys and learn about crypto, trade, talk to people who are trading crypto, share your thoughts and ideas. Futures every day at not from 9 to 11 our coach goes live, and every day from 2 to 4 we have free futures training with Mark McSee. He'll take you through futures, and he has gone from trading stocks and options over to futures, and he was doing well before, but he is just ripping it up, right? So shout out to you, Mark. And then we have the aftermarket from 5 to 7, right? May not be 7 all the time, but sometimes we go to 6, sometimes 6:30. Depends on how the conversation's flowing. But we start at 5 every day. So we watch videos over here and we basically just decompress. We don't do a whole lot of extra training. This is more for just mindset, just some chill time, just some let's break it down and wind down after a day of trading and just talk. Sometimes we might be in here talking about a movie, talking about our favorite TV show. It's just a place to unwind. And if we happen to get into a conversation about trading, so be it. If we happen to do some training, so be it. You can never have too much. So the second link is the link to join the stream. Come on up here. And I think I've got somebody in the backstage area. I do. Hey, you. Let you in 2 seconds. We have come on up here and join the stream and just be a part of the environment. Just talk about it. Sometimes we play games. Sometimes we do simulated trading. So come on up here and join the panel. It says click here to join the stream. And then there's also the tip jar for yours truly if you think I'm doing a good job. And last but not least, please, we are trying to get Coach to 15,000 subscribers. Please make sure you share this video and subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed, and smash the like button, gang. That's all we ask. All of that's free. Done because you're done, right? So we're at 13,568. All we got is 1432 to go, right? So we can get that done. Let's knock it out. Let's knock it out of the park for him. He does so much for us. In the backstage, we have Miss Ange coming up here on the panel. What's up, girl?
It's funny. I look like I'm froze. Am I froze on the screen?
Actually, you are.
I look really enthused. I promise I have a smile on my face. That is the most asinine face I've ever seen in my life. What the actual hell?
She's like, hurry the fuck up, Dawn. I'm back here waiting.
I said it just like that. Don't you forget it. Oh, I can't stand it. I'm going to leave and come back. That's going to drive me bonkers.
Okay. So if you want to come up here and join the panel with Ange, come on up, man. Oh my God, that is too funny. Look, she would call it resting bitch face, right? Okay, she's back.
That's better.
There you are. There you are. You're moving. She's alive.
Thank goodness I wasn't picking my nose or something weird like that, or really getting snarky. Good grief.
Oh my God. So how was your day today?
It was good. It was good. It was busy, right? Waiting for them setups, man. Just practicing patience. It's good. It went very well today. Yeah.
That's what you gotta do. So I finally made a comma.
Hell yeah.
And not by luck.
Yeah. That's awesome.
It feels good. I'm telling you. It's so weird because I remember the first time it happened was 2 years ago, right around this time of year. And I've told this story before, but Netflix was just going ballistic. And I happened to catch it right as it started. And made almost $2,000 off of that. And the wild thing is I started this shit back then. I held on to it. It was at $19.99, held on to it, and it kept going down, 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 down. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? I'm like, okay, yeah, sell it. And I ended up pulling $1,200 out of it. But I didn't know what I was doing. You know what I mean? I knew it was running and I just happened to jump in. There was no rhyme or reason. Even though I was kind of starting to get it, I remember coach giving us the pre-market setup and I said, Meta, I said, Netflix just annihilated the pre-market setup to the upside. And I did that quick call out and I jumped in it. But today it was different. Today it was calculated. Today it was planned. And I'm like, holy shit, bitch, you got it. You know, it's been about 4 or 5 days now of making upwards of $300 to $500 back to back to back to back to back. I sent coach my P&L for the past like 4 or 5 days, and he's like, good, don't give any of it back. You know, I'm sitting at like $2,500 in my account. And you know, for me, that's huge because I've been with the pennies, you know, I made 50 bucks, you know, which is great.
Yeah.
When you start doing it on purpose, and the only reason why it's true, it takes money to make money when you do stocks and options. Like I understand with futures, you can do it in smaller increments too, which is better to build it up. But in stock, if you want bigger money, you do have to go bigger. But don't go bigger until you know what the hell you're doing. And I was doing
Absolutely.
that before I knew what I was doing. Now I'm on purpose. So there's a little bit of a confidence there that I know I'm not going to get in if the setup's not right. So I'm not going to lose any money. The only way I'm going to lose
That's huge.
money is if I sit in there too long and let it all drain back out, or a news catalyst happens and totally switches direction without warning. You know what I mean? Or for whatever reason, it decides to knife drop somebody. Could throw some shit in there. It can happen. But it's like it's such a liberating feeling. I'm starting to kind of know what you were feeling when you realized you had it, and we're starting to make bigger trades and making bigger money. I'm like, oh shit, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So I'm like, okay. And then it's so weird. You know what? Actually, hold on.
You journaled about it, right? So you journaled about how and why you got in it when you did. So that way in the future, when you have, maybe a dry spell where something has shifted, you have something to come back to and you can review, aha, this is how I did it. This is how I went in and I did this that day. And then you just
Yes.
recreate it again.
So I screenshotted this and like shrunk it and put it in because I do my journal through email. I email myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually marked it out. Okay. There we go. So I actually marked it out. This was the meta trade. So I got in at 9:46 and got out like at 10:57.
That's
And
great.
yeah, this was weird in here. This was hard
How
staying in
did
it.
you feel about that pullback there around I can't tell what time that was. Like 9,
In here,
like
oh,
10ish.
here,
Yeah, how did that make you
all
feel?
all of them scared the shit out of me because. But here's the thing: what helped me get through it was not looking at my P&L.
Oh,
Because
good. Yeah.
yeah, I trade on my phone, right? So I look at Weeble. I'm steadily watching Weeble, watching the L2. I'm watching this screen and I'm watching this over here, and I'm watching the time and sales on my phone. All simultaneously looking back and forth between these three things, mostly looking at the L2 and the time and sales. I don't even really want to look at the candles because the candles going up and down, and I put it on the 2 minute. I know I'm not supposed to, but I start out as a scalp. I start out on the 1 minute because I'm prepared to jump right out. When it continues to run, I switch to a 2 minute. So it's not a 2 minute EWO. I'm simply switching longer time frames for a scalp, right?
Yeah.
So because I don't want people to confuse that.
Right.
And just sat in it, And then when this started happening, I said the hell with it and got the hell out. That was enough of the pullback thing. I'm like, okay, I'm done. I hit a comma. That's what I wanted to do. Let me not try to make 2 commas. Let me get the hell out. And I'm glad I did because look at it. So it got
Yeah.
real kind of weird after that. So unless I wanted to go into a put, and I didn't have money to do that. So, but I did have $200 left, right? So, yeah, this is crazy. I jumped over to IWM and jumped in this and made $280 in like 3 minutes.
There you go.
Dude, I was like, okay, I think I got this shit. But I what I'm doing is I'm really missing out on a lot of money, but I wasn't even in this. I was in Meta all this time. I just kind of had $200 and I wasn't I refused to go out of the money on Meta to do a put, because I could have gone way out of the money and put the $200 on a put, but it would have been slow. So I'm like, let me put more bang for my buck. Let me go over to IWM, see what it's doing. Oh, okay. And I got in right about here. I saw it and I waited till it did this and I got in. And it was weird. I had 320 on my screen, but when I clicked sell, it gave me 280. And because of this. So I must have had more than that down here, because for me to get 280 and it was doing this, and I got to admit, I was kind of looking at my P&L right there. I wasn't looking at this. But I'm like, man, what a day, right?
Yep.
And I realized today what kind of trader I am. Want to hear it?
What kind?
I'm an EWOer. I admit now that I am not a scalper. I can't really scalp. I sit in trades. I actually like sitting in trades. I prefer to do that. I can't get in and out. The only time I can do that is in the pre-market when it's hot stocks. You're not supposed to sit in them. You're supposed to get what you can get and get the hell out.
Right.
But that's what kind of trader I am. I realized that I have a strength, which is being able to sit through crazy shit that a lot of people get. And I remember they used to joke me and call me Diamond Hands Dawn when I first started, because Coach got me on that real early because he was training me on a 2-minute EWO. So I got pretty good at sitting in trades. But then when I started doing it to my own detriment, I'm sitting there and the colors are changing and shit's going against me, but I'm supposed to sit in it, right? Not knowing that, no, it's going against you now and it's under VWAP and all those things hadn't really clicked yet. So I figured that out. So I'm happy.
See, there you go. And how many years have you fought that?
2. 2 years, because I've been doing this 2 years and I'm a scalper. I can scalp. Yeah, I'm not a scalper. I'm not I sit in trade, and if I can't sit in it, I don't want to be in it. I can't do chop, and I don't have a big enough account to sit in something for 2 minutes and be satisfied with just, spending $500 to make $5. I mean, nah, I don't want to do that. But if you're Palm or somebody who has a large account, you can get 1,000 or 100 contracts and 2 candles. When I get there, I'll be able to scalp because I've trained in the pre-market to scalp. I can scalp. I just prefer sitting in it. And I don't think I really, really realized that until the past couple days,
I get that. And it makes complete sense. And we fight that feeling of wanting that instant gratification, and I love that's one thing that I enjoy doing, right? I love that feeling of getting in and out of a trade. It's great. So I love that scalper mentality. However, I also like the fact that given the direction that a particular, because I'm in futures, given the direction or the trend or the direction that the particular contract that I'm following is going, I can then decide what kind of trade I want to do, which then forces me to decide, okay, what kind of trader am I? What is it that I like to do? Yeah. Well, if I had to give it a name, I am a momentum scalper. I don't do the 2-minute EWO. I do something very close to it, but in all technicality, it's not a 2-minute EWO. I do wait for a good setup. I wait for that setup to show up. and I
Mm-hmm.
will ride that, and I will sit in it, but it's still technically a scalp.
Yeah.
So I'm a momentum scalper. That's what I am. I sit in the 1 minute. I wait for the line, everything to align in that 1 minute interval, and I ride it to the end of time if
Wait
it
a
gives me that
minute.
opportunity.
Is that what I am? Because I'm not getting in on the 2 minute EWO entry. I think that's probably what I am. Okay, I'm an intraday, right?
Intraday, yeah.
Yeah, that's what that is. Because I'm not a 2 minute EWO because I'm not looking at that at the EWO when I'm getting
Yeah,
in.
and I can't say that I'm a 2 minute EWOer either because I'm not following the confluences. I'm not aligning everything just as how it's taught. And
Yeah,
to the point that I can't even tell you what it is because I don't know it off the top of my head.
right.
But I don't do anything that supports all the caveats that go with being an EWO player. Um, Now one could argue you could turn how the setup, you could turn that into it if you really wanted to dig a little bit deeper into it, yes, but technically it's just a momentum trade.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Because I'm on the 1 minute, and I'm looking to see if it's given 5 6, and I think I really prefer meta. It's just something about meta that I really like. I like the way it runs. So it helps when you can hone in on a stock or two as well and
Yep.
just find a home in it.
Yep.
And right now my favorite thing is meta. I'm really beginning to learn it. I'm learning the levels of it because I've been playing it for like a week or two now. And I liked it before, but I was getting my ass chewed out because I really wasn't following the 9 strategy like we do in the pre-market a lot. I wasn't on top of that. Now I'm using the confluences. I'm waiting for the 9 to be over the 21, to be over the 55, and all of that to be over VWAP. I'm waiting for that, right? And when that happens, it's go time. So
What about
yeah,
you,
but
Pebbles?
yeah, talk to us, baby. How'd you do today?
Well, I was green with paper and I was green with real money.
Yeah.
However, I I wasn't listening or not putting it. I screwed up this morning. Um, I went in on a call out right away. You know, it was on Mullen, MULN. I had
Yeah.
actually, but I had traded in the pre-market, and um, and I did all right. So I thought, well, I'll play it for real.
Right.
So so I bought it at 8:32 and sold it at 8:34.
What?
The reason is because after I bought it, I wanted to put a stop in. And so I looked at the L2 and that thing was flying by and I couldn't pick up any numbers there.
Right.
And so I tried to go in. I was on Thinkorswim when I was doing it. So I tried to go in there to put a stop in. I finally hit the stop and ding, I was out just like that. So
Oh.
I mean, because when I started, I was up like almost $20, and I thought, well, I'm just gonna, you know,
Go
put the
ahead and take
stop
it.
in. I got a 4, just that fast.
Damn.
So then,
It happens.
yeah, well, it
What
happens
was
to
that
everyone.
call out you did this morning? I was on the floor.
What?
What was that call out you did this morning?
That was
Would you say
Fro, FRO.
FRO? Yeah.
Yeah, and I was making money on it. I know it was, not 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 anything that you guys would follow. But it
Right.
was going up and I was making money and I made money on it today. So,
Okay. Well,
uh,
good.
but yeah.
Yeah, that was funny because you
So,
normally don't do call outs. So when I heard, I'm like, oh, look at Pebbles doing a call out.
so basically, I'm too cautious and I'm very, very slow. Um, and I'm not very risky. I don't, in my stops, I don't have after 2 years, I can't get a stop in any faster than I could on day one. So I'm just stuck with it, But at any rate, I can read the indicators and I could get in right, and I know when to get out. It's just a slow
Okay.
thing, and so
It doesn't matter as
I'm
long as you're
taking the
doing it.
shortest approach to trading, I guess. So
As long as you're getting it done, man, it doesn't matter the time frame, you know. Some people are slower, some people are faster, but you're getting it done, you know. You're making it happen. You're green. So that's
growing a small little account, but not very far. So at any rate, I got to go. I'm got Bible study tonight, so we'll see you
all
guys
right.
later.
All right. Well, thanks for coming and
Oh,
hanging out.
by the way, I like milk money. It's better than Ange.
To change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Milk
Bye
money.
bye. Oh,
See you, Pebbles.
yeah, and I'll have Sparky
Oh
for you
yeah,
guys on Friday.
Yay! I can't
You're
wait
gonna
to
love
meet
her.
Sparky.
Love them.
I love that.
Sparky.
I've had 10 dogs in my life. They're all females. This was a male, so I get confused.
A boy and his dog.
Talk to you later.
All right, Pebbles. Have a good one. Wow. That's awesome. I was in the floor though. He
It
was
was
like,
funny. I did hear.
you know what I'm talking about?
Hmm. Yeah, it was.
Coach is
It
like,
was funny.
Coach, like, I don't see anything there.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, that was funny. But you know, I love it because here you've got a guy who's, you know, in his golden years and he's getting it done. He's in here, he's learning. You're never too old or too whatever you want to call it. You know, I don't believe in aging like that. But because it's a number. Yeah, we exist for this amount of years. So he does not think that it's too late in the game to learn something new. I love that.
I love
You
it
know,
too.
I
Hmm.
love that. I want to continue to be that way when I am at that level. You know, I want to continue to be
Absolutely.
doing like government cheese, you know. He sounds a lot younger than he is. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? But the fact that he is learning something new and kicking ass at it, you know,
Right.
I'm starting this late in the game. It's like, dude, but it's never too late. So,
Exactly. Exactly. And that's what I love about this community too, right? You have every walk of life in here. You have parents who have kids that trade with them that are learning.
mhm.
You have young adults who are in here learning because they see the value that this can bring. And I think of my son as an example.
I was going to ask you about him. Is he still into it or?
He is. So he is wrapping up his senior year in the next few weeks, which is, well, it's a little bit more than a few weeks, but in the next couple of months. And
Okay.
he's supposed to go to culinary school in the fall, and he decided to take a break to focus on trading because
Oh,
he wants his culinary to be not be a job. He wants it to be something that he finds enjoyment in. And what better way to do that than to sit down and learn a skill set and learn it young and be able to go into an education debt free if he plays his cards right and actually learns the material and does what he's supposed to do. What better way to do that? I think that's fantastic. And then
I
he
do
talks
too.
about it with his friends too, and just being able to give the uh, just to put the awareness out there that there's something so much more out there that you can do if you want to and learn if you want to. And while it's not for everyone, you don't know unless you try.
Right.
You don't know. I would have never known. I would have never batted one eye at it. If I didn't think, well, we'll give it a shot. I've done worse things. I've definitely done worse things in my day. um so there's that opportunity there, but then now that next generation of traders, they get to learn what kind of traders they are. They may start out as scalpers, They may start out in this community learning the 2-minute EWO and then in turn into swing traders. What a blessing to be able to learn how to be a swing trader later on and use that to your advantage, and not just do it for income immediately, but for that long-term value. When hell,
Yeah.
that's a no-brainer. Get yourself into the YMAX and YMAG. Hell yeah. You're 18 years old. You have your entire life ahead of you to change your mind to do something else if this isn't for you. But if it is, and you get to snag it right now in this moment,
it can finance the rest of your life.
It can give you a gift that you would have never dreamed of.
And then he can do the culinary thing just because he wants to, not because he has to do it for work.
Exactly. Yep, that's exactly it. And I think that is something that I think is incredibly pivotal, whatever. I know what I meant.
We do too.
Pivotal. Thank you. For a young adult to be able to see the bigger picture of something before they even have a chance to really dive in and have a general understanding. And I did this last weekend with a girlfriend of mine. She was kind of curious as to what I do. And I've been dabbling a little bit more at trading on my phone just to be more comfortable with it. Because I would rather be stationary and do it in my office and get out emergency wise, if I absolutely have to on my phone, but just kind of branching out a little bit and, sitting somewhere else. And so I pulled it up, and walked her through a little bit of how I do it. And it's like a little light bulb went off for her too. And where she was like, oh, really? That sounds really hard, but she's like, no offense, but if you can do it, I'm like, exactly. That's the whole point, right? Like anyone can do it who has a sound mind.
Yep.
I mean, in all seriousness.
That's true.
You just got to be willing to put in the work to do it. So yeah, so I'm gonna go over there again and just walk her through some more live stuff because it was over the weekend. So the only thing I could show her was crypto.
Right.
But
well,
I mean,
futures,
you could do the same
right?
thing with
Or
crypto.
no?
Yeah, but it was on Saturday. It was during the day. But you could do the same
futures
thing
is nothing on Saturday for futures.
Correct. Yep. Yep.
They said you guys got to take a break. Damn it.
Oh, you do. It makes for long days if you're not careful, for sure. But yeah, so I mean, there's a whole generation of people out there, and there's we're just a small, minuscule community in comparison or in conjunction with what's out there.
Right.
And if people for exposure, for them to see the value in it, and then it's up to them to decide whether or not they want to, take a crack at it, or have a general enthusiasm for it, because it is not for everybody. I'll hands down tell you, I know a lot of people that'll look at this and be like, hell to the no.
Did you say crack addict?
Take a crack at it?
I'm sorry.
Maybe I did. It's
no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Maybe I did. I mean, I could see where you would think that.
No, you didn't. But I
think we'll
had
just
to go
with
back
it.
to it.
We'll just go with it. But being able to identify what kind of trader you are is like the beginning stepping stones. And I think a lot of us, and I'll even throw myself in there was a long time where I'm like, I'm just a scalper. I am, and that really truly is what I am. But I never looked much past it, and being a scalper can be much more deeper than just, scalping a candle or getting in a trade. Even though it's for just a short period of time, it's still scalping.
Right.
So it's just a different way to look at it. But I can tell you one thing. I like to be patient, and I never in my life thought I would say that. But waiting for those setups has completely changed how I view things. And it's so funny that I fought it for so long.
Me too.
And I wasn't willing to accept the fact that didn't have to be that way, because I just didn't see it. I didn't see it in the moment. It wasn't the right time.
I totally get that, because I've just gone through it. I have literally just gone through it. I'm gonna go ahead and put the stream link back in the chat again because why are we the only ones up here? Papa Todd, Jeanette, come on up here and talk to us for a few minutes. Talk about what kind of trader you guys think you are and how you came to that conclusion. There we go. We got the stream link down there again. Come on up on the panel, gang. Bucko, come on, man. Just a couple people. Come on up and talk to us about Chris D. When's the last time you've been up here? Come on, brother. We're not even going to be here that long. Jeffrey, Kyle, you don't need your camera on. Let's fill the panel up, even if it's just for like 10 minutes, just to kind of talk about what kind of trader you guys are. Vegan Knowledge, what's up, baby girl? Love your face. Speaking of which,
What is that? I don't. There's a glare.
can you see that? Let's see. Oh.
Hi, Vegan Knowledge. How are you? Saturday will be 6 months.
How come that's weird.
It's your background. So it's the combination between your background and the color or the backing of whatever that is in your hand.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. For a moment, we're going to get rid of the virtual background. Check it out, dude. My baby's a writer.
Is that Jen's book?
It is.
Hell yeah.
How about that, huh?
So
she's reformatting it because the print came out pretty small. But yeah, that is her book. It's from sad to glad.
That is super cool.
Yes.
I love that. Congratulations. That's so cool.
Yeah, I'm so proud of her. She is really determined to, make this thing happen one person at a time, let's go with some candles. One person at a time, just trying to, kick ass and take names and help people get their minds right and get their bodies right. So that's why I
love that.
Take to the mind thing with trading, because when I realized, wow, this thing is really all mental. Once you get the mechanics down, it's really just about trading and discipline and patience after that. If you don't have those two things, you're fucked. I don't mean no harm. You're done.
You are, truly. Truly.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it'll help you develop it if you don't have it. If you plan on
it'll humble you real fast.
Yep. It will make you have it. How many times are you going to jump in the first half an hour and get your face torn off before you realize, okay, I'm not ready to be in the first half hour? Right. How many times you're going to jump and chop realizing, okay, shit. Oh, death by 1,000 cuts. How many times can you die by 1,000 cuts? Before you realize, let me wait for it to pick a direction before I get in this trade. So after a couple of years of that, yeah, you get pretty tired. And if you're still standing and you still have a piece of coin in your pocket, maybe you start to listen and follow the rules, and start to see your account grow, finally.
Exactly.
It's been a long haul, but
the journey is worth it, though.
It really is.
Like, to look back at it, that's like being a hindsight trader, right? The journey in itself is so worth it. The tribes and tribulations are worth it. The people you meet along the way are worth it. And then the people you get to share with that going forward make it, even more worth it. So I always look at it like that, and I still sometimes have to like pinch myself and and have to remind myself that you're a day trader, man. Can you believe it? Right? Like
I
you
know
look
I
back,
do that.
you look back and you're like, everything I've done. I mean, I've been an accountant. I've worked in financial institutions. I worked at a meat packing plant.
Oh,
You
nice.
know, I started out my working career wiping asses, like the whole 9 yards, like everything that has contributed to where I am today. And at the end of all of it, you know, when I tell people what I do for a living, I tell them I'm a day trader. And then a lot of times people are like, isn't that like the hardest thing to do in the world? And I said, I guess that's what I'm told. You know, but I mean, it's true though. Like, you know, at the end of the week, we're all spent. I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
I'm spent.
At the end of
I
the
mean,
day, we're all spent.
oh
Imagine.
gosh,
And
yes.
then 5 straight days. Yeah. At the end of the week, we're like zombies.
I'm glad that I don't do crypto. You know, I'm glad that I haven't gone that far, because if I did, I would be in here 24/7, and I don't want to be in here 24/7.
Sure you do.
You're missing out there, Ann. Just it's a lot of fun.
Nah, no, I'll paper trade it for practice because I like a live chart, but
Mhm.
but
Hey, Chris.
How you doing?
Good, babe. How are you?
I'm doing good. Just got out of the shower. That's why I couldn't
Sweet.
join earlier. All
Aw,
squeaky
thank-
clean and don't stink anymore.
Well, welcome. Not that we can smell you anyway, but and
What's
thanks
going
for
on,
not
guys?
having your camera on. Just kidding.
Hey, I'm clothed.
Doing well. Doing well. How you doing over there in crypto?
It's going all right. Been helping for about a week or so, maybe a little bit more. And I mean, we've come up with a few really good videos, I think, for people, and just providing some great information. So, you know, like with crypto, because we've been in a down season on crypto since like December. Bitcoin's just been going down, right? Hit like 108, 109, and then it's been down since then. So in the United States, there's not a lot of like options for people to short. Like you can do futures contracts and that kind of stuff, but a lot of the other countries have a lot of better ways to do it than we do. So I've been working on some materials for people to be able to do that. I've got some out now already for people to look at. So it's like you can go in there and you can short and know how to short Bitcoin if you want. You can know how to short Ethereum and XRP. Well, not XRP yet. I haven't gotten that video out yet.
You can short XRP.
Yes. I'm gonna put some caveats on that. I don't the exchange that I've been testing. When there's high volatility, it's not even worth it to use it. The fees are so high to do
Oh,
it.
really? Okay.
Yeah. So if
Are
if
you
it's just
testing the hood?
Robinhood, no.
Yeah.
No. I'm using some decentralized exchanges that operate off the blockchain, so people can go in and learn how to trade and short using perpetual contracts and that kind of stuff. And just testing some of that out. But I do know that there were some Solana futures contracts that came out, which, I mean, Solana's movement is really great. So if you're already in the future stuff learning, then you could look at, using some of those contracts there.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool beans. Look at you. I remember when you were in here 24/7 before. Then we didn't hear from you a while. And then you come back as a mod. I'm freaking loving that for you. Because
life.
we were talking about it then. He's like, I remember him saying, I'm looking at you, Real Pawnage. I got my eye on you. Yeah.
Life hit me hard in like September. It was just like we had my youngest starting kindergarten and we were homeschooling, and then we got sick and I was like in bed and I broke my back and all kinds of stuff. And it was like, I don't know what happened, but after like August, September, it was like heck for until like January.
Wow. I get it. It happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Life takes you. Ange, bye, Ange. Damn that girl. She,
Yeah,
she
she's
will
like, "Oh, Chris is here.
dip
Bye. I'm out of
out.
here."
You took her place. She's like, hey, somebody else is
It's
on the
like somebody
panel,
else is here.
right? Somebody else jumped in there. That's okay. That's okay. I appreciate you coming up here because I know people are tired, and sometimes we get a full panel. Sometimes it'll run for like a week like that, and then it'll kind of fall off because people are living their lives and they're tired, and it's been a long day. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap up. But yeah, I'm so proud of you. And I want to say I'm so glad you're back and back in a big way. And thank you for all that you do.
Oh, Don, thank you for all that you do. Man, I tell you what, and you share the experiences as of like even within the first couple weeks, like my mind has changed because it's I'm not, before if I'm just trading, it's just me,
Yeah.
right? But if I'm sitting there and I'm saying, if I'm calling something out and I'm looking at something, or if I'm charting something out and trying to explain it, or whatever it may be, it's like, okay, this isn't just me. Now I've got to make this sound right for somebody that doesn't know anything about
Right.
trading and somebody that doesn't know anything about crypto. And it's like it's a big mind change for me to be able to say, like, hey, your mind needs to be focused on teaching. But it also helps me too because it's like, okay, Chris, maybe you need to slow down. um
Dude,
so it's all good.
that was one of the reasons that the aftermarket was created. Um, because I like training people. And I've done it in corporate America, I've done it in my own, business. And once I realized I knew the stuff well enough that I could probably relay it, it really wasn't about training. It was about just creating a place to hang out. But if we happen to want to talk about trading, at least, if people had questions, I knew I could answer them. Right. And it just,
Hmm.
it helps you to be able to teach somebody else or help somebody else learn it. It reinforces the learning in your own mind. So I'm like,
100%.
wow,
Yeah.
this is awesome, and it has obviously helped my training to be able to talk about it day in and day out, and listen to it in the Zoom call, and then come on here. And if somebody has some questions, go over indicators and things like that. And while I'm doing it, re-internalizing it for myself.
100%. I feel you there. So you got some experience on that. I'm just now beginning.
Well, you were in here. I remember I used to tease you so much about overanalyzing.
Well,
Trying to predict what was going to happen.
well,
And I remember when you came
well,
off of that.
Well, and even more so lately, it's like I don't have time to analyze. Like I just look at the candles and the trades. It's like, okay, I do some higher time stuff
Yeah.
still, where it's like I really want to, like, I really want to know. I mean, Bitcoin just keeps dropping. Where are we headed? What's the most likely scenario, right? And so it's like, okay, well, I can look at that and the candles, and I look at the movement and the everything, and accurately be able to say, okay, yeah, I thought Bitcoin was going into the 80s, and I put
Yeah.
it in the chat. I was like, Bitcoin's going to the 80s, okay, and I didn't say it like
Yeah.
that,
Yeah. Yeah.
but it's just but it's everyone else is calling. Oh, it's Bitcoin's going to go to new highs. We're going to go higher, and I'm like, yeah, but things don't, like, coaches taught us to read the candles and just the chart, and there's not a lot of volume coming in. There's not a lot of movement really showing there's any strength. I'm like, I don't think that's going to happen. That's just, and it's nice that I can like sit back and say, hey, I understand what I see on the charts
Right.
now. I still have a lot more to learn, but people that don't know and don't read and don't have anything to do with trading, they just look at it and it's just little candles. It's like you're having a little candle party, and there's candles everywhere, and they're on fire, and some of them are green,
Right.
and
And they're behind me.
um,
And yeah.
and they're there. You go,
They're
yeah,
all around.
um, all around you. Yeah, but I mean, it's. I've learned a lot in here, to be able to like especially risk management. I think is the biggest thing for me, is taking a step back and saying you need to have a solid risk management plan down, and then you have to follow it, because if you don't follow it, well, all right, blow up your account over and over
Yeah.
again, you know. But if you don't follow coach's rules, and if you don't have a solid risk management program down for yourself, then yeah, good luck. Good luck in the stock market. You're the liquidity. So,
Right. You're the ones that's gonna pay everybody else.
uh-huh. Yep. Yeah.
Christina.
Hey girl,
We got
hey.
2 Chris's up here. Hey girl, hey.
Hey.
Oh, double
Hey Chris, how
trouble.
are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing,
I'm good,
Christina?
thanks. And Dawn, I'm so proud of you.
Yay.
Awesome. And I've been copying you. I started checking out Meta because it moves in one direction when it moves, for a while.
Yeah, it
And
does.
yeah, and I don't have to worry about the chop because all day long I do the chop. Sometimes it's nice to just sit back, and especially after you've had a couple days where it's like not much happening, or I give money back, or whatever I do.
Yep. Yep.
But getting
Yep.
in Meta today was nice, and right at the bell, right after the bell, actually, maybe like 5 minutes in or something, I got in there, and it just kept going, and it scared me a couple times too. But then look at the indicators, look at the 9, like everything's still fine, nothing's telling me
It
to get
took
out.
forever to break the 9. It
Yeah.
took
Yep.
forever for that
And
thing to
when it
break the
did,
9.
that's when I said I had 3 contracts. When it broke, when it hit it or whatever, well, I don't know. When it pulled back, I got rid of one, and then it pulled back again. I got rid of another, and I don't had that one. I'm like, I'm not risking it because it's starting to go. I'm not risking it, and it still stayed up for a while, but I got out. I don't want to risk it anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
blame you.
Yeah.
Especially when you're when
Yeah.
you're playing like close to at the money or in the money. That's those pullback.
Hmm.
That's why I can't look at the P&L. I really
Yeah.
cannot look at the P. I can't look at it because
I
it's
look
gonna let
at
me
it
get out.
not all the time, but for me, because I'm a numbers person, it's like it's one of my indicators. It's not about what I'm making; it's just about the number. Is the number going up? Is the number going down? That's it.
Hmm.
That's what I look at it for, just the numbers. So that's like one of my indicators, the P&L.
P&L is
But
the indicator.
yeah, but it's not about like my P&L. It's not about what I'm making or losing. I'm not really concerned about that. I'm just looking at the number. Is it going up? Is it going down? What should I do here? Should I check that against the candles, against the L2, against the 9. I mainly trade off of that 9.
Hmm.
That's my main indicator. Um, and that's why a lot of days I'm doing that chop because I'm riding the 9. I'm in and out, just depending on that 9. Am I over the 9?
Yeah.
Am I under the 9? Yeah, that's gonna be a lot of work some days. I'm exhausted.
I know, man. It is just
Hmm.
it's crazy.
I have
It
days where
really
I
is.
look at and it says I did 200 and some odd trades. I'm like, phew, yeah, I'm tired.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
sometimes I have to walk away and just I'll go sit out on the back steps or something and just get some sun, just chill,
Hmm.
drink a couple bottles of water and just kind of relax and just get away from the screen for a little bit because
I can't do it.
you got to have some balance. You
I can't
got to
do
have
it.
some balance.
I can't walk away. I just can't walk away. Yeah. If
Yeah,
I do, I take my phone, 2 phones with me. Just, one to hear you
12
guys. If I hear you
steps. That's
guys
all I
saying, "Oh
gotta
my God,"
say.
huh?
12 steps. That's
12
all I gotta
steps.
say. We were talking about that in the Zoom,
Well,
but
because
yeah.
I said to Palm, I'm like, Palm, put the crack pipe down because he's like, I could get in this. So I'm like, put it down.
Oh man, it's like, it is addictive
It's
though. I
very
mean,
addictive.
because especially when you are like, it's like you're making money and you just want to continue to make more and make
Right.
more and more and more.
Right.
And when you're not making money, you want to make
Ugh.
up for money that you're not making.
Right.
So
Right.
it's like a never ending cycle. You always want to be trading,
Hmm.
you
And when
know?
you have those days where you've made a lot, the days where you're making some is like, it
I
just feels
want
like
more,
nothing.
right?
I want more. I need more. I'm like, what the hell? I feel like I'm losing if I'm not making, a certain amount, over a certain amount.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
remember one of those first times you started blowing up, and you had made like $700 in this one day, and I'm like,
Oh,
holy shit, she made $700,
Nvidia.
and yeah, I remember
Uh-huh.
that,
Yeah, that's my
and
first. Yeah, that was the first couple trades that I started doing good on. That seemed
that's
like a
what I'm
lot.
doing with Meta. I think that's what
Yeah.
I'm doing with Meta. It's
Yeah,
starting
you
at because
are.
I'm, dude. I paid $1,015 for that contract, and I made $1,015 off of that one
See.
contract.
Yeah. Now, see,
I
I didn't pay
made
that
exactly
much.
what I put into it.
I went one more away, or I don't know if I went in a different time as you. Maybe I paid a little bit less because I was getting three. So
I
I
thought
didn't.
about doing that
Yeah.
and breaking it up so that I could stay in it or go, but I just the getting the one and getting
Yeah.
that higher delta and
Yeah.
just being happy with what I get, or
Mm-hmm.
staying in it longer because it's not,
Right.
breaking the nine since it's just one contract. That's kind of training me
Yep.
a little bit. You
Well, and
know what
I'll
I
look at the
mean?
delta on the first one, the one in the money, and I'll look at the delta on the second one, and if it's not far off from each other, I'll take that second one if I can get, if I can get two instead,
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Oh man, wait till you can get 50 and 100. Oh,
I
I had those
know.
days, and oh my god,
I
that's
know. That's gonna be
yeah,
crazy. That's gonna
it's
be, and
great.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna do it too because
Oh, I know you are. Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
Yep.
just
And that's
give me
when
the
it moves, you
money.
just want to yell out to everybody, oh.
But I'm not
Yeah.
gonna do it
No.
willy-nilly. I'm
Nope.
really waiting on setups.
Yep.
That's why I've been consistently making money every day because
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for the setup, no matter
Yep.
what happens.
Now you know what I've
I'm
been doing in the
a trader.
morning instead of what I will do some of a hot stock if it's really running really good one. I'll get in, but not very much. I've been doing some futures, so I'm
Okay,
building up money. I'm adding trading money, so because you can trade with it right away. Even
right. That's
so
more
before the
sense.
market's open, I'm doing the futures because I can go in and out. It doesn't matter when I get out because I can go right back in, and I'll
Hmm.
make a few $100. Now I've got extra money to play with when I get in. You know, yeah. I
Nice.
like that. I like futures a lot, but I got to be
Dude,
careful
that's
with it. Yeah, you
smart.
got to be careful with it though, because it can rip your face off if you're not paying attention, or you can't just go in and out, in and out. It just I don't do as well in futures as I do the options contracts, but I'm learning because I'm slowing down. I'm slowing down. I'm looking at it. I'm waiting for the setup. I'm doing
Hmm.
that too. So I'm not an EWO trader. You know that I can't sit there, but I'll get in a trade, and a lot of times I will use the 2 minute EWO. A lot of times I use that for an indicator on getting in. Okay, this is a good spot to get in. I know that. Um, but I'm definitely not doing a 2 minute. But I'm not always just scalping in and out, in and out. Sometimes if it's going, I'll sit in it, and then it pulls back.
Yeah.
I'll still sit in it. So I was calling myself a slow scalper, but Ange
Slow
called it
scale.
the momentum scalper, and that's probably what it is. That's what I am too. I'll sit in it if as long as it's going. If it's not, I'm out.
Yep.
You know.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
But today I
That's
sat in
good.
it longer because I was watching, and as you learn the indicators, as you learn to look at all of them and really know what you're doing, you can stay in it, and you can. Those indicators are gold. Like they just tell it all. And the L2, matching it all up, knowing how to read that L2. I suggest anybody who's doing this. That's one of the biggest things. Get in the morning, learn that from GC. You know
Yeah.
that's huge. Learning that L2. Because it matches right up with your candles and with everything. It just and you can compare it. You can say, okay, here's my support, here's my resistance, and then you look up and it matches, and it just gives you more confidence in that trade, and what
Like
you're
this
doing.
entry right here, I wasn't in looking at IWM here, but when I after Meta, I came over here just to see what was what, and it was right here, and I'm like, no, it was about right here. I said
Oh
earlier,
hell yeah!
let all this. I'm like, oh yeah, let's do this, let's do this. And when this candle hit, I'm like, okay, yeah, it's continuing. I was seeing if it was going to pull back, but all this happened, so I'm like, okay, yeah, let's just get in this. Then this happened. I'm like, shit.
I
Here
know.
it goes. As soon as I get in this fucker, look what
Yep.
happens. But
But
then
then
this
you look up at
happened.
your indicator at your 9 and your like they're
Look
far
at where
apart.
it's at. It's like
Yeah.
it's the perfect setup.
Yes. That's
This
beautiful.
is what you want, people. This
Mm-hmm.
right here.
They're
This
separated.
separation.
Oh
Yep.
man. And then
And they're
so
all
what?
under
It's a green
VWAP.
candle. We know the colors don't mean anything. They don't mean anything.
No,
Nope.
no, because
It's
you got
just
a green candle and
y-
it's sitting under the 9. You
yeah.
know?
That's just if it opened lower than it closed, and blah blah blah. Back and forth. Open lower or higher, and that's what the color is, right?
Yeah,
And the volume too. Well, no, the volume is how big the candle is, isn't it?
yeah, it
Yeah.
is. The bigger the
So
candle, the more volume.
that's why those get gamma smacked.
I
You got gamma smacked right out of that
heard you
shade.
and Palm saying that earlier. I was cracking up. Did you get gamma smacked?
Gamma smacked. We were all crazy today. It feels like a Friday in my brain. You know,
Mm-hmm.
tired. I'm sick today. I feel a lot better than I did this morning, but as soon as I go and lay down again, I'm going to be out. It's one of
I
those.
should have probably got in here, but it
Where?
was still touching.
Oh,
It was this, so I waited until this candle.
yeah.
But
No,
and
that's where you're supposed to wait. Well, that's the two. Yeah,
yeah, because then
I
all
would
this
wait
happened. I'm
too.
like, shit, and I didn't get in. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I saw this, and I'm like, okay, yeah. Well, actually, you know what? No, I got in on the 1 minute, so it didn't actually look like that. Hold
I
on.
don't remember where I got in. Let me go look. Let me go see where I got in at the time. I don't know. Um, End of the day, I don't even know how to use my phone. Let's see. Meta.
Okay, there it is.
I didn't spy for a while after that. Oh, and I did a Tesla too, so that was
Yep,
nice.
I got in here on the second candle right there,
Right.
which is
Yeah,
where
that's
GC is always telling us to get in,
mm-hmm.
not when it's touching it, but right after it leaves it.
Right, and
So
it's bigger
definitely
and it's
gonna.
on the shoulder. And
Yep.
yeah, that's the perfect setup right there.
Dude,
All
right
your
here, I
nine,
was
21.
as happy as a pig in shit because I
Oh
knew I was
yeah.
getting ready to get paid today.
What time
When
was
I
that?
saw that, this was 9:46.
Let me see. Let me see what time. I'm trying to
Because
find my damn
look,
trade.
there would have been a time I would have been trying to get in here when I saw this. I'm like, I'm not touching that.
Uh-uh.
Nope. Wait. I was prepared to wait all freaking day if I had to. I was not going to trade anything until this happened.
My stupid phone. I'm trying to find my. I keep hitting a button with my other hand. Stupid. Hang on.
This was crazy. I hated going through that because it
Yeah.
dropped below the 9, but
That might
then
be where I saved first. That's probably, I don't know. Let me see. I'm trying to find my
I
phone.
remember sitting in this thinking you are freaking crazy right now. I was up at like $500 or something, and I'm like, you are crazy if you're sitting. Why are you sitting in this? Because it's got a lot of ground to cover. That's why I'm sitting. You should have heard me
Right?
talking to myself. And then this happened. I'm like, I knew it. Keep going, baby. I remember talking through all of this. I'm like, yeah, you want to make up some of that ground today, don't you?
All right. My first got in Meta at 7:37 a.m.
Oh, you bought in the pre-market.
7:30. Oh, no, 9:37. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm talking my time. Mountain time. 9:37.
So what would that be here? 10:37?
9:37.
Oh, it would be 9:37 our time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So where's that?
That is. It's at 9:42. 37 right here.
That third
That's
candle
this
right
candle.
there. Mm-hmm. And then I got in again. That was when I bought one. I was testing it out. And then I bought two more at 9:40 a.m. 7:48. 9:40 a.m. So 3 minutes later.
So that's this candle right here.
Yep. Yep, I wasn't worried about those red candles because look at the 9:21. Wasn't worried about
Yeah,
it.
they were over it. Yeah.
Yep.
I remember
So,
looking at that, but because of this being like it couldn't make up its mind, I'm like, okay,
mm-hmm.
stop, I'm gonna wait.
I said, screw it. I jumped in. And then my first shave was at 8:06 a.m.
8:06.
Yep.
Where the hell is that? 8:06.
10:06. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what? We're
Yeah, I
going
know.
back in time.
I know. God, it was only a half an hour. It felt like all day. It felt like I was in that thing all day.
Right? Okay, so you shaved right here.
Yep.
That's a good spot because you got a
Mhm.
high a day right there.
Yep. And then again at oh damn, I just lost them. And again at oh here we go. Just,
I hated this shit sitting through all
1
of
minute
this.
later.
Right?
8:07. So 10:07. Yeah, 1 minute later after that. So yeah, because I think there was 2 red candles, and they
Mm-hmm.
were, I think that the 9. I don't remember what happened. I think it got close to the 9 or was touching or something. I was like, I'm dipping. And then I stayed in it until my last one. Oh, not that one. I got rid of my last contract at 8:29. It's 10:29 a.m. So another half an hour. That was forever. It was a long trade.
Wow.
8:29. Yeah. So $1,200 and just under an hour. I'll take that paycheck any day.
I know that's right. Way to go.
Right?
Way to go, girl. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey.
Getting it.
Yep. Then I got into Spy and Tesla.
Oh my God.
Yep. And just one though. Just one on each. And one of them turned against me, but I kept it because it was just one. It was just a little one, didn't cost barely anything, and I was like, nah. And I let it sit,
Oh
and
yeah,
then
spy
it came
looks good.
back. Then it came back, and I made $100
Oh
off of that.
shit. Would you get in a spy put?
Yeah.
Look at this.
Oh yeah, she owned it with that spy
Oh
put.
man.
Yeah.
Damn. I wonder what time that
Actually, I
was.
did that before. That's why I got out of Meta, because it started to get like that, and I got into Spy because I was like, I wasn't gonna get into
Look
Spy at
at
all, but I saw
this
that happening.
shit.
I'm like, I gotta get in that, so I got rid of Meta.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got into the double
I
top,
did.
didn't you? You were like
I
really
did.
early.
I got in twice at like the first time was at the top, I think, and then it's that last double top, I got in right at the top.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and rode
Dude,
that all
this
the way down.
thing
Oh
is
my
a
Yeah,
goodness.
I got
dream
too many
right
buy and
here.
sell spies here to read them all off. I got a bunch of them. Put.
You did freaking good there,
I
Christina.
did good today. And I only had because I took money out of my account. So today I started with just over 3,000, and I made 1,000 off of that. Just over 1,000 off of that.
Nice.
So
Way to
yep,
go.
yeah. So I
Way
like
to
that.
go.
Yep.
Damn. I'm gonna have to check in on Spy.
Oof.
Mm,
Spy can be
just be
scary.
careful,
I love
Don.
Spy, but
I
it's
mean, I
scary.
know.
It'll
Oh,
rip
I
you
know.
up.
I like Spy. I do Spy, but not as much as Meta. I like Meta better. But when Meta's not doing what I wanted to do, I go over to Spy.
Well, Spy you have to buy. I feel like you got to buy a lot, like more contracts to
You
make good money.
do. That's what
Meta,
I
you only
like
got to buy
about
that
Meta.
one. Meta, you
Yeah,
only
and
need one.
you
Yeah.
can kill it with one contract,
Mhm. Right.
But yeah, Spy will rip your face off though.
Mhm. But now, see, I've been in trades before when I had my margin account where I bought 100 contracts. That moves quick. That's nice. And
Yeah.
so it's hard to sit there and with Spy and only have like one or two contracts. Like, meh. This will
Right?
take hours. Yeah.
Damn, now this would have been nice to have 100 contracts in right here.
No kidding. Oh my God.
Of course,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Go way out of the money and get
Be the next
$110
GC.
contracts.
Hell yeah.
Hunter,
Yeah.
Hunter,
I was
Hunter,
buying.
Hunter,
Oh
I
my
was
Hunter,
buying them
Hunter,
in the
goodness.
Hunter,
money
Hunter.
too. I was buying them in the money then,
Mm-hmm.
or just want like at the money. Mm-hmm.
And see, that's another cool thing I like about it. If you can spend 1,001, then that makes buying 10 spy contracts at $100 like nothing.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It kind of prepares you to do stuff like that. So that's really cool.
And I like I'd rather instead of Spy, but it's just I get more nervous because I don't have the backup for it right now. The SPX. I did that yesterday.
So everybody, thank you for being here. Chris, Christina, thank you guys so much for being here. Jeanette, I see you.
Thank you,
Why you
Dawn.
didn't come on the board, girl? Maria, what's going on?
Girl. She
What's
said I was
happening?
doing none of that.
Where's my girl Papa Todd? How come you didn't come up tonight, man? Come on, people. I'm going to shut it down now, though. But thank you guys for being here. Bad Influence, thank you. Vegan Knowledge, I'm so proud of you with this book. Handy Homemaker, and you Irish goodbye are you.
She said in the chat that she had to go. She said she was going to go, but she'd be listening.
I swear, every time I come in, she just,
She
"Whoop,
must have
I'm out of
smelled
here."
you.
It's your breath, Chris.
she did. I
I
showered.
said it, that's
I
why I said
really
that.
did.
You forgot to brush your teeth, brother. It was the breath, man.
Oh, maybe that's it. I
That
forgot the
was it. Yeah.
floss.
That breath was coming through.
Oh man. Oh man. But thank you guys. I love having you.
Thank
Thank
you, Don.
you.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna find Coach's rules.
Good job.
Thank you, brother. Same to you. Where's Coach's rules at? Where are they? There they are. All right, everybody, go get some dinner. Hug your loved one. Go get some rest, some sleep. Let's do it again tomorrow, 4 o'clock. Peace and blessings.
Yeah. Good night.
See ya.
See ya.
Oh.
Please follow the rules. Nobody go rogue. Some of the rules that we have to and live and die by in here is do not lose more than 1 to 3% of your total account value in any given day. Make sure you have stop losses on each and every trade, regardless of shares and or options. Make sure you guys are practicing small base hits. Don't go for home runs. Allow the runners to run and stop out the losers. If you're a new trader, make sure you are paper trading using a simulated trading system such as Webull or some of the other ones that are out there. If you are an expert trader, please make sure you also are being careful the first 3 minutes and the last 8 to 9 minutes of the day. Those are the absolute most volatile times in the entire market. Also, if you're a newer trader, please don't trade in the first 30 minutes or the last hour of the day. Those are the most dangerous times.